Hello, hello! Welcome to the stream! I'll be working on wallpaper! Or will I? I'm just joking, I totally am. Let's see here. We have the desktop wallpaper here. Although I should probably draw something to warm up with. Let's see here. Open recently. Where are you? Where are you, Minos? You're not here at all. We have a bunch of other stuff here instead. Well, I only need him right now, so because the rest of them are kind of fleshed out ish. Ish. I say ish because ish. Call me Ishmael. Oh, what's that? There we go. There we are. I think he's actually the only one that we need aside from. Yeah, he's the only one that I need right now. Let's see. We have water and all this other stuff. We have whatever these stained glass windows are supposed to be. Got the forests. I got a neat little headcanon for what this forest, like who are buried underneath these trees. If you were here for the last live stream, you would know that I think I talked a little bit about how Mariamis bury their dead. It's very typical Mariamis, I would say, actually, because they thrive on, they can only eat vegetation and stuff like that. They're horse people, yay! But without having like 4 leggies. You got 2 leggies and 2 armies. But yeah, they have this thing where they bury their family, their related ones, the dead ones. The dead ones. Ooh, that sounds a little dark. They bury their dead ones, and they do it. Great. And they do it like in these. They're called burial forests, I suppose, because they're not burial grounds. They turn into forests, and they will for special occasion like weddings or birth, like the naming ceremonies and stuff for coming of age, they'll go out into these burial forests and locate the trees of their own ancestors, and then they'll they'll eat that fruit or herbs or herbs, whichever it is that the Mariamis that passed away. They usually have like a small wish, like, oh, bury me with lavender or something, and then they will have and then that's what they will be buried, like that's what's gonna be planted with their bodies, and they will give nourishment to the next generation, sort of that way. I recently found out that there's a company that actually does that in our world, and I was immediately smitten, and I was like, I'm putting that in my gosh darn well. I want to be buried, and I want a tree planted where I'm dying. There you go. So, if any of you ever want to, you can go and visit my tree if I die eons before you. You probably won't, but I mean, I like the idea of a tree. But then I also thought about ooh, what about those who they want to start trouble, someone who wants to start trouble for a different tribe or community, and they set fire to that burial forest, or they chop something down. You're strictly prohibited to burn shit down, or the trees down, in those areas. So it's it's a huge taboo, and they have guards and stuff. But of course, if you have someone who really freaking wants to, they'll try and use spells and magic or some other ways of maybe they'll just set fire to an animal and let it go running into the forest all panicked and stuff. Who knows? There's a lot of ways to get what you want if you really want it. These trees look terrible, but I don't care. These trees look like so nice, and these trees are like, I slept in. These trees slept in. I'm just gonna do this here. And then I'm just gonna go like this. There you go. Makes it look a little bit nicer. But yeah, so there's the burial ritual for the Maremis. Let's see here. And they, like what Manus is doing now, he's harvesting from inside his own sanctuary. And he's probably harvesting, like, maybe these were like previous Ishval, which is the equivalent of a Isfarian priests. They are Ishvals. Look at all these little dorks. Oh wow, I need to fix that. Chinny chin chin. Hey Chinny. There we go. There's a limit. There we are. And yeah, it's totally possible that he is picking up. He's like picking fruits from like previous Ishval's trees. But you know, like, you know, you kind of honor them too by eating the fruit, so you don't want, you know, your ancestors. It's kind of like, you know, letting your ancestors' graves get all dirty and messy. You don't do that. You wanna, you know, you wanna respect your ancestors. You wanna, like, you know, you wanna let them know that you love them. You wanna let them know that you like still remember their wisdom even after they're gone. So, this is like actually something that I had from when I was very young. For some reason, I really like that idea. And I'm very sorry if I'm yawning or coughing or clearing my throat. It's early. I decided to do a very, very early stream today. In case there was some people who never get to see my streams because they're on the other side of the planet. And I stream kind of late my time. Not really late. I stream around like from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. my time, but that's still like close to London time, I'm just gonna say, because not a lot of people are gonna like hear the word Oslo and go like, oh yeah, I know where that is. That's GMT +1. That makes perfect sense. Ho ho, what are you talking about? Everything makes sense. Let's see here. But yeah, so hello. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff to like deconstruct in this image, and I don't want to like, you know, completely forget about what I am doing. Yeah, I do believe my microphone is on. And if it's not on, then someone will probably go like, there's no sound. It's just quiet. I'm scared. Or something, I don't know. Let's see here. See, you got a little art there, buddy. And then this one goes up here because that one is connected to that one, and this is connected to this one. And then you have I need to actually look at the. There we go. see. Oh wow, you're very different actually. Let's see. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm just gonna do this. Just slim this down a little bit. There we go. I've neglected to actually put a basket in his hand though, so basket time! We're gonna have a very light woven, like reed basket sort of. I need to like draw over what I already drew because that's art for you sometimes. Because I wasn't smart and I like didn't put the thing on the thing. Let's see, and then we can do this, and then we can do this. There we go, and I think that should be, yeah, I think that should be enough. Go. Just have this. We can like see had Ska vi nå sjå, ska vi nå sjå. Vinteren er plutselig veldig blå. Oops, forget that I'm working on one color here. Let's see here. I'm gonna use this a little bit as an outline because I don't have no outline. Let's see here. Then I can do this. There we go. Very sorry if I'm not checking this chat right now. I'm looking over once in a while, but I think most people are either sleeping or they're like, eh. I have work because I think some people might be working right now. And also this is like unlisted right now, so you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes and have it unlisted. So sorry, that's another big yawn from me. I'm gonna take a sippy. I'm gonna turn off my mic for that. And then my mic has actually been turned on for the sippy and turned off again for the rest of the talking. It's like, haha, good job, Kelly. So yeah. Fairly certain this is like way too long an arm. This arm! What are you doing, arm? You should like, you know, calm down. Oh, I hear the dog underneath my desk. What's up, dog? You're sleeping, that's what. See. Oh wow, I really need to color these walls a little bit more, otherwise your hair is just gonna be gone. Non-existing. Why am I so addicted to this song? It's not even that good of a song. See what you got there, buddy. What kind of fruits are we putting in this tree? Are we putting the... I think we're gonna put that reddish fruit. Red orange fruit. I can't remember the name. It's somewhere on my website. Let's say oh gosh. Okay, you know what? I actually have to look this up. I want to make sure that I like don't like I only have a description of it, but you know, I kind of want to look it up anyways. So I had items and armor and such. What was that? Armlets of haste, click alluring, armlets of truth, amulet of truth, fruits of life. Juice for sale once open will ripen will never spoil. They can be destroyed. They can come randomly. Okay. So it's not that. I can just make it up. I'm going to make it be this shape. No, that looks like a gourd. Let's see here. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will think when they think fruits of life, they will think apples. Because of Eden's apples. No. Huh. Just gonna play around with some shapes there. It's a butterfly! No. Let's see here. It's the poop emoji. Let's see. Is this really the hair color? It is. Well, I have this too. Oh god. Ah! This is so fucking bright. It's kinda hard to tell what the hell. It's kinda hard to tell what the hell it is. Sad. Let's see, some. Oh yeah, I was talking about that fruit. Let's see here. Orange, red. Fruits of life. I will make them be bananas. Or something similar to bananas. Let's see here. No. Yes, let's make the most phallic fruit there ever there was. Because there's like, for fruits you have pineapple, you have apple, you have oranges, you have bananas. Let's see, you probably have like I'm really bad with fruits. I don't eat like a ton of fruit. I eat bananas, clementines, apples sometimes, and I eat some pineapples. That's usually what I eat when it comes to fruit. I'm not very adventurous. I'm not an adventurous fruit fellow. I'll be honest. Let's say I had. Oh yeah, and pears. I like pears. Pears are cool. Pears are good. I think my favorite, like, you also have kiwis, but they're like just ovals. Hi, I'm a kiwi. I'm a kiwi. I'm a kiwi, getcha. I'm a kiwi, why? Whatever, I can't come up with a lot of kiwi jokes. Let's see here. Maybe we should just go for the one that I was thinking about. It's kind of gourdy, but I don't carry. People always like give apples to like, oh yes, it's the thing of life, but you know what? This is, you know. Okay, so grabbing with this arm, so thumb would be coming from out here actually. And probably wouldn't be grabbing with, because then you know, pinky, whatever that thing is, and then this thing, and then thumb. It's incredible how much you can like draw when you know. Whee! I need to make you very much darker. And then I need to make you have a little bit more red on you because I wanted you to have like bits and flecks of red. Let's see here. Because I kind of wanted it to like be like a fiery fruit. Like it's more paler orange or like even yellowish up there. Oh, it looks even more like a gourd, but whatever. It's the gourd of life. It's the gourd of life, and it heals the soul. Be made into potions that revive the fallen. Anyway, there we go. We can continue our search for the. There we go. I've gone to art school, but like it's very hard to tell because I didn't like. I wasn't exactly the best student in the world, which is probably like, you know, very actually easy to tell. It's probably not that hard to tell. Okay, I want some guards in here too, but I'm gonna make them like on their own freaking layer. Let's see, here we go, and then I'm just gonna get that thing, and this thing. Now we gotta get the reddish. Come on. Come on! Don't be freaking shy, dude. This is not the time to be shy. Wow. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I can see that being a little hard. On the there we go. There we are. And then we just do this. Is this locked? No, okay. It's not locked. Well, then we just gonna do this. Whee! There we go. Now it's a little bit of a thing behind them, and there's a little bit of a thing in front of them too. Let's see here. You're like, not sure if I want to use you color. So, a little darker. Nope. There we go. Perfect. You are. This is so bright. I'm so sorry for anyone who is watching and is going like, oh, my eyes, my genteel eyes. Oh yeah, I should probably like make some of these, like that's just mean. These occur randomly in nature, like totally randomly in nature, but I wouldn't be surprised if Manos could just go like, boom! That's all they grew. All of them grew up in my sanctuary. Let's see here. I mean, maybe he like already picked all of them. Maybe you already picked them clean. Or maybe I'm just, you know, maybe I shouldn't be lazy. And one here. The light bulbs. Whee! Whoop! There we go. And so Manos said unto them, and he said, go, eat an apple. And the people rejoiced, as apples were delicious. Although, not sure if they're going to be called apples in my world. Ha ha ha. I mean, this one actually has a name, but it's like in a really old document, so I'm not sure if like I know where to find them. But oh well. I guess I could talk a little bit about these little fluff balls. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one are actually all of the same species. They're just different breeds. Because I like having different breeds. They're called Serkoa. And they come in, this is sort of a short hair, ruffled style. And this is the long hair, fluffy style. You see that again here, and then another short hair. And then you have the longer haired one here, although they can get very long haired. Ooh, oh my gosh, I really need to be faster at muting. But let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, of course I'm gonna have it on this side too. Thank you for asking. But yeah, the Serkoa, they're basically like, when I explain it to people who are like, what are they, squirrels? And I'm like, you're not far off. They're probably like squirrel, cat, and sheep. You know, because fluffy because of the sheep, and like long tails because of the squirrels, and cat because they're just imagine them be very cat-like in behavior. So like they'll like climb anything, but they're also sort of like dog-ish one too. They have sounds and calls, but they can like climb trees and shit. They can climb all the trees. See, these are way too big. I don't like these. Actually, maybe it's just on these side. I'm not sure. I'll give this one a different fruit. I'm gonna give these. I don't remember what I called this fruit, but they grow in clusters of 3. Kind of like cherries, but they're 3 instead. I know, so original. Anyway, back to this. They grow in clusters of 3, and I think they have some. They probably have like a. They have a medicinal effect to them. They help relieve. Let's see. What was it again? I can't remember if it was infection or. I mean, infection and fever are very closely related, so maybe it was that one. Let's see here. I also need to draw, before I forget, I want to draw a blood leaf thingy, which is basically a bush. Oh, wow, that's yeah, no. Bush that has leaves on it that are supposed to be like, well, they're called blood shaped, but you know, blood colored, but let's be honest here, guys, it's just rust or brown. But anyway, the blood leaf is called because it actually like staunches or like stops bleeding from menstruation and such, and it can also be used for abortion and like aborting if you are carrying. So it's very important not to like drink tea made from this thing if it's if you are carrying, and if you're nursing, it's also not very good for your baby to get this thing like tricked into you. It's not very good for any of you. It's not dangerous. It's not good for men to eat this. Not at all. If I recall, it makes the men like not infertile, but you know, when you just can't get it up, kind of like that, and that effect like lasts for a day or 2, and it's not very fun to get that sort of effect. So you know, but it's been used by some unhappy couples, you know, like, oh, I don't want to do it, so like they gave their husbands this sort of tea, knowing that it would like, you know, staunch that drive, which I do not promote, but you know. Unhappy couples gotta do what unhappy couples gotta do, I guess, and then probably be punished for it later on. Let's see here. Okay, so we have at least like one of these. Like, I think I wanted this actually to be a tree, but I was just a little bush. Let's see here if I can like make this thing branch out a little bit. Let's see. Just gonna make these leafies just hang a little down, because that's usually, if you look at bushes that are like natural in nature, they're like the longest, are usually like, you know, hanging a little bit down, so they're like, they got a little sense of gravity to them. Let's see here, and then this one, I'm giving it different colors for the leaves so that I have a little bit. Where did you go? So that I have like a little bit of like, if you look into a bush, there's no way that you're only seeing one color of green or whatever color the bush is. It usually has like a number of different like layers of colors inside of it. That's kind of what I'm trying to like mimic by doing like layers of leaves here. Kind of like, you know, like, oh yeah, there's some here and there's some there, and there we go. That's good enough for me. Let's put some stuff underneath them, some little bit of shadow. There we go. See, back to Manos though. Let's go back to the future. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, that would go down to that, wouldn't it? And down here. And so, let's see. Some. I should probably do this just to make it easier for me. There we go. What was I talking about? I was talking about Sedko. Yeah, there's like there are a lot of Sedko. There's a lot of different breeds of Sedko, and sometimes like some breeds are like more valued than others, and of course there are shelters for them. Because there's always those, you know, meanies that are like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get one while it's small and cute, and then I'm just gonna get rid of it because I don't feel like taking care of it once it gets, you know, big and old and stuff. Luckily, Sedko are very adept at making it in the wild. That doesn't mean that it's okay to do this sort of thing, though. I added Sarkoa to this area because I wanted to give sort of like a playground feel to it. Like, he's like, you know, like, ah, yeah, sure, these animals can all come just hang out with me because I like animals. He does. Minos is like the forest, I wouldn't say forest guardian, but like he is like the plant element of earth. might need to look a little closer on you, Berber. Okay, you got green eyes. Of course you would have green eyes. What other eyes would you have, actually, now that I think about it? You would have this kind of eyebrows. A little bit of shade on them eyebrows. There we go. I don't want to go that dark. Oh my gosh. It's like my brain doesn't want to like decide on. Here we go. I'm just gonna go for this one. I like it. I'm gonna go for it. Let's see. Preserve opacity. Let's not preserve our opacity if it means that dumb shit can get in the way. See here. Then let's fix these ears once and for all. I'm just gonna have that there because otherwise it looks a little bit tough. Let's make that happen. See here, it's starting to take shape, peeps. Oh my gosh, look at it. See here. Here we go. We are. Let's see, what else can I talk about? I can talk about how, let's see. So, Milos is a very, very social sphere. His sanctuary is like smack dab in the middle of Lekon civilization, if I remember correctly. Which probably makes the Muddy Amiz. He's a Muddy Amiz in this iteration. They probably like are a little bit salty about that, be like, why didn't you like, choose to come and make your temple at our place? And of course, he just goes like, well, I go where I am needed. You don't need me, so yeah. And then they can't really argue because they're like, oh man, that's a good point. We don't need you, those loser Lekons, they probably do. And then he's like, hey, I tricked them. Nah, he wouldn't actually trick anyone. He did go where he felt like he would have the best chance of talking with people, communicating with them, because that is very important for spheres. They need to, like, they are serving the people and they need to have the people's like love and devotion in order to maintain their powers. So Manos like going out of his way to make it on a very nice and open area of Sign is very like, it's very nice, but also very like, it's planned. That was a planned move on his side. He did not just, you know, roll the dice and go like, I'll just go wherever that thing takes me. No, this was planned. Let's see here. See. Oh, let's work a little on those trunks. No, he's not wearing any trunks, so it's not his trunks. Wall trees. Are you kidding with me? Oh, okay. So that's why. Well, I can always just add on another layer with more bush and brush there, so. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this going until 12, so about roughly an hour from now, and then I'll turn it off for a couple of hours, do other stuff. And then I'll be back again at 5 p.m. GMT plus 1. Let's see here. I'm really hoping that I'll finish this today, to be honest, because I have other things that I want to start on, and this thing is kind of just hanging over my head because I really appreciate my Patreons, and the least I could do is give them a wallpaper. Doing a series of the Isfares as wallpapers was Dingo's idea, my friend Dingo. And I'm just really trying to like stick to that, not just, you know, flake, go like, I'm sick of this idea now, bye. So I also have to like do like a phone wallpaper version. It's not just, you know, it's not just a desktop, but also a phone wallpaper. A lot of people spend time on their phones, and I don't know how many people actually use these as wallpapers on their phones or something. I use them on my desktop. I don't use them on my phones because phone, not plural, because Dingo made me a very cool background for my phone. So I don't really want to change that out. Every time I look at it, I go, "Ayy," because it's so cool. And it makes me very happy to look at it. So I just keep it around. I don't want to change it out. I'm like, no, my wallpaper. And they're like, yeah, but this is a really pretty drawing. And I'm like, yeah, but it's my wallpaper though. It's like, I don't wanna. Can't make me. And of course they don't. No one can make me do anything. See. Going a little stylized with the shading here, but eh. Can you really blame me? No, you can't, because this isn't you drawing. Let's see here. Let's see here. I kinda like it too, so yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I'm gonna go save and take a little sippy while that saves. Back again. Oh, this thing is still saving. Okay. I could like eaten the rest of my kiwi. Well, I'll just sit here and patiently wait, because if I try to poke my side too much, it reacts very badly. Worse than what my Photoshop used to react. You know what? I do believe that I'm going to allow myself. Oh, okay, you little stinker. How herp-a-derp does he look now? Very. Yeah. I'll just have to be herp-a-derp. But yeah. So trees. What was I talking about? Wallpapers? Oh, I was talking about something. I was talking about something. Let's see here. Oh my god. Is that the dog? Okay, it is. I thought it was something scraping along the ceiling of my home. It's getting a little worried there, buddy. Let's see here. For anyone who's wondering if the request streams are gonna be coming back, yes, they will eventually make their return, but I feel like I'm giving myself a lot of extra work by doing them. So unless I feel like I have a lot of extra energy, and I also have like a nice buffer on my comic, which I'm planning on doing, you know, starting up and stuff. Then no, I don't think they're gonna make the return until I have successfully and feel safe in how my comic is turning out. But like it's then I'll start, you know, considering putting the request streams back up again. So I'm very sorry for everyone who decided to join the Discord because of the request streams. I kind of just have to consider what's smart for me, and I did the request streams because I wanted something to do, and now I have something else to do. So it kind of just, you know, balance each other out. That's why that is. So if anyone is sad about that, you may send me a complaint, and I'll give it to my pet Sarkoa to chew on, and then I'll answer it, of course, because, you know, it would be really rude if I tell you to send me stuff and then not answer it. Regardless if it's a rude or a question or a kind comment, you know, you should always answer comments, of course, unless they're being very detrimental and not very constructive. In that case, you know, ignore those comments. I think that's fine. Let's see here. Okay, I feel like those are done now. So I'm gonna go to you guys, go back to clipping. Just dye out that. And then there we go. A lot of stuff. There we go. And then we can just do this. Then we can continue this. A lot of stuff Well, I can talk about the comic now that I mentioned it. Oh, there's so much dust on my monitor. Excuse me while I just caress it and drag off a ton of dust. Oh, and what is this conveniently placed thingy? I don't know the word for a handkerchief or whatever. Rag maybe? I don't know. I just know that it was about time that I did this. There you go. I should probably like turn it off and let it cool off and turn it completely down. Let's see here. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, let's do the there we are. Go. A question for you watching. As you can see, there like the circle come in a lot of different colors. If you could like choose a color for your Zircoa and stuff, what color would it be? And would you have a fluffy one, a ruffly one? I don't know what they're called, but the short. I call them short hairs, but they're not really all that short haired. But compared to the long haired ones, they are. But if you could, you know, the only limitations is that their skin color has to be some sort of skin color. They can be really pale, it can be really dark. You can see Alanya down here is a very dark one. Ginn is also pretty dark. I didn't color you. Damn it. You're gonna be like so annoying. I'm gonna cheat with you actually. Let's see here. Let's see here. As you see, Ginny here is two colored. There's two colors not like very common, but I think I did it because I thought that like I couldn't just pick one color for her. I thought that was like, that's just weird. I need two colors for Ginny. So Ginny got two colors. Ginny's special. Ginny's so special. Special girl, yes. And let's see here. Oh yeah, and please like please leave your what it would look like in the comments below. If you could make yourself a Sarcoa. It's not a close species, don't worry about it, but like it is my own species and it's like one of many species from my world, so I would appreciate it if people didn't go around like making them and then claiming them as their own. You can, as long as you just say that I like, you know, made up the species, then I'm pretty okay with it. I don't really, you know, I'm not bothered as long as I receive due credit. Let's see here. See, there. Okay, I'm gonna go to this one, and then I'm gonna go boop. This is all image, so that doesn't work. Working layer. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh, of course, that's where you are. Oh my gosh. Here. There you go. And then I'm gonna go invert, and then I'm gonna go back to the shade one, and then I'm just gonna remove the shade that's outside. There we go. Oh, there we go. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for this one. It's not because I'm lazy, it's because I'm very lazy. It's a difference. Let's see here. copy it. Why are you not letting me color on you? What's wrong? Huh. That's weird. What's going on? Okay, so you won't erase either. What did I do? Did I click on this by accident? No? Ugh, this is interesting. Oh. Because it's inverted, guys. Oh my god. Inverted again. See. And invert because I just caught something. There we go. Invert. Clear this thing. And I'm gonna say that's it. For the need for inversion. There we go. There we go. So let's add some. Just gonna get this eye colored. Nope. Let's go back to this one. Huh. Yeah, eye colors are usually like actually no, this thing is usually reverse, isn't it? I'm gonna go look up a quick little reference there. There you are. They are reversed. So means shading is over here. I'm gonna do that on another layer. This. There we go. So we get that there, and then we can just delete the rest of it. There we go. You still have a very like big snout. It's not as if you're still very, very big. There we go. That looks better. Yep. See here. But yeah, totally. Leave it in the comments. They can be a lot of different colors. You saw pink and green and red. And a purple one, I believe. Yeah. Go. The green one playing with the pink one is actually mine. The one with the blue eyes. That's mine. That's my personal Zerkoa. I used to have one that was called Jael, and I still do. It's just that like she's not for use in the story, and when I want to cameo myself, I use my Zerkoa instead. It's kind of like not exactly a self-insert, but like it's just, you know, like presence sort of. So yeah, there's that. So I put this down a couple of notches. Not just there we go. This would have been so much easier if you weren't too colored. Oh my god, Ginny. Anyway, Ginny is wonderful. Ginny is wonderful, and I should like leave Ginny alone. Let's see here. Bicycle, bicycle, I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. Want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I go. Yeah, it looks nice. In the homebrew or in the comic, in the homebrew mostly, I'm gonna talk about right now. Serkoas are native, but they're like, I totally let people have Serkoa companions. I of course like, you know, asked the DM. I asked the DM to roleplay them, so that, you know, they have a little bit of free will. They don't just become the PC's extension or second character, because we don't really want that. That's not gonna help a lot of people. Giving people like more things to talk about. I've noticed that that's just a good idea sometimes, to let the DM handle, like, you know, because, you know, they have it's a lot easier to do an animal check on an animal that you're not controlling, because if you're doing an animal check and then you're like, you know, roll for animal check, you can just say, oh yeah, I rolled 5, but you know what, I just RP that my beast like obeys me anyway, everything's cool. It kind of like lessens it in a way. It removes a little bit of that. Oh, you have those things on the. I didn't notice. You actually have stripes. You little deviant. I'm gonna give you your stripes then. Did think that it was a little weird that I had 2 greenies. Let's see here. See a little stripey here. Ginn and Ginny. This is Ginn. Are all of these belong to friends or people that I've met online who are really super nice people. And Ginn and Ginny are actually like a friend's Final Fantasy XI characters that is very fun to, like, you know, interact with and such. And it's become like very like I've become very used to them. And I wanted to fill up this room a little bit, so I added a bunch of my friends' Serkoas, and I really hope that they won't mind. If they do, of course, I'll change out their Serkoas. The pink Serkoa belongs to a person who was feeling a little under the weather. They weren't feeling too good. I don't actually know that person, but I really liked how the Serkoa came out, so I'm gonna use it. Why? Because I can, that's why. This is a Seeker, which is something else. Okay, a little dark. And a little dark here. That's not very dark, buddy. There we go. And we have a little. What's the head? They do have mouths, so. Just gonna give them red mouths because it's very easy. Little teeth. Let's see here. They don't make a lot of sense, but you know what? They're imaginary creatures, so I'm fine with that. Let's see here. Okay, for the Normal. Now it's closed now, so I'm just gonna go. There we go. Thank you. A little darker maybe so that it doesn't just look like a shade. There we go. Here we are. Maybe color you a little bit more, buddy. There we go, there. Now we gotta make sure that this thing is like this one. Someone knocking on the door? It could be anyone. I'm gonna wait and not answer that because that wasn't directly on my door, so go. Please, dog, do not notice the whatever sound that was. Because I'm still working and I don't want to take you outside. Very mean. Oh no, I hear kindergartners. Dog, contain thyself, please. Thank you, dog. I appreciate you containing yourself. In light of very happy kindergartners. Yay! Let's see here. I really hope that's not the sound of someone filling in a load into the laundry machine while I am streaming. Because that will be very audible on my stream. Let's see what happens. If someone actually turns it on, I'll be like, why? You knew I was streaming. So why did you turn that on? I mean, it might be like a emergency or something, but come on. I'm like done in like 40 minutes and then you can like do all the laundry you freaking want. See. Starting to look a little happy here now. Gonna color over their stuff. See here. Just gonna fuse these really. Yeah, I'm gonna fuse that one too. That's something else. That's the tree that I want to color or like shade. Let's see here. A burr. A burr tree. A burr tree. Let's see here. Is this like on outside of the rims? I wonder. Strict fuzzy. Can you be fuzzy? No. Maybe up it. If I up it, what happens if I fuss this? And then I deselect it. How messy are you? You're still like that. See, I'm supposed to turn off anti-aliasing thingy, and then it becomes like really messy. Oh man. Strict maybe. It still becomes like super duper messy. Like, oh my god. Selection source, anti-aliasing. At least you're not going outside with that one. I'll do that one. Or, you know, I could just do it the old-fashioned way and use another layer on top. Let's see here. Okay, this tree is actually like... There we go. So I have to do it the old-fashioned way. And then hope that I don't mess up too many times. Let's see here. It's just gonna take me a long ass time to do this. Ugh. So sorry, but I can't. I have lots of stuff that I want to do today. And why would I have all these things to do stuff with if not to use them? Are you freaking kidding with me? That's a bird part? It is a bird part. Oh my god. Well, you know what? No, I can't do that. Oh my god. Fine, I'll just do this, I guess. And then, like, just marry these two. And then freaking just go over here. Do this. And just do that, and then go back to this one, and then hope that the just marries nicely. Let's see here. Continue down here. Continue. Oh my gosh. Need to zoom out. I'm using my entire tablet. It's not a big tablet, but that's still should say something. There, and then this goes here. A little bit of a shade here. Goes here. There we go, there we go, there we go. This works just fine. I should probably, like, you know, make this public after a while. If you like peanut colada. I swear I took my list today, but I'm still, like, so scattered brain. I mean, I'm on a pretty high dose, actually, to make me stay focused, and still it's not working. It's not working that well. I'm still, like, you know, constantly distracted by stuff. There's a reason why I try to keep an organizer and I want a schedule and stuff. I have mad problems remembering stuff, so if I, like, you know, made you a promise or something like that, please let me know. I don't forget stuff on purpose. I don't like to avoid doing things. I like doing things immediately, but sometimes I don't, and then it's just kind of becomes impossible for me to complete it, and then I just feel bad for the person that I promised that I would do the thing for, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I think it's happened a couple of times, but they're like too nice to tell me. I don't know if you heard that, but that was the Fluttertron 6000. See, I live in the future. And all our Fluttertrons are like from the 6000s. Say hi. See if if you're just tuning in and you hear random bits of language you don't understand, don't worry. Do not be afraid. It is just Norwegian. It's Derpigeon, as I call it, because you have like all this like English, Spanish, French, German. Then it's like comes to Norwegian. They're like, hey guys, we want like a ton of stuff in our name. So we're gonna have Norwegian. And it's like, it's a W too. We rarely use W's in Norwegian, like if ever. So like, okay, so 30. So this one also needs to be a 30. Come on. There you go. Okay, it's good enough, I guess. There we go. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Where's the bushes? Are these the bushes? Okay, these are the bushes. These are the bushes. Let's see, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, languages. Yeah, so like if you hear like random words, it's probably just my Norwegian sticking in. See, you don't have to be locked anymore. Leaves birth. So yeah, anyone wants any like free language instructions or lessons, feel free to let me know. Come on, don't you dare. Why? Why are you like this? Because I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. See? Oh, dumb. Okay, why are you still like this though? Oh yeah, because I still haven't done this thing that I was supposed to do. There you go. See? Works just fine when you're actually doing it right. Let's see here. Yeah, I need to actually fix this part. There we go. And then let's go down here and get this thing again. It's like a lot of different like styles being mixed in here. This coloring style would be like, it's halfway between 6th grade and what the heck kind of grade. Okay, now we can go to wall trees and we can just smooth this out. There we go. And then we go back to this one and then we go that one. And I'm just gonna go to the birth again. I know it's not called birth, but I can't help it. I am actually like named after the birch tree. Well, my last name anyway, my family name. My grandma's family name. Yeehaw. Okay, that's still the same. Okay, and I don't think, okay, fine, you also need it. I guess you guys are also like sneaky and like, ha ha ha. Hey, look at us, we're gonna be mean. And not obey law and order. See, I'm just gonna use this layer. See here, and then this one here. There we go. And then laugh as this one decides to laugh at us. Ha ha ha. That didn't help. Let's see here. Ground potatoes. I mean, totally not ground potatoes, but whatever. Let's see here, there, out there. This one can go like that, so that it looks like it's going under. Because that just looks nice when it looks like it's actually going underneath things. This one needs a little bit fixing. Because it looks like this hoof is not completely on the ground. There we go. Now it looks like it's on the ground because we can still do this if we want to. But this hoof needs to have shade underneath it. Gotta cast some shade. Let's see. Same thing on the other side. You know, you can't. Gotta pay attention. Let that other one have some shade underneath it too, as well. Let's see here. Then we have a little band of friends over here. Let's see, we have the water. See here. See here. I wonder if I should like. No, go forward. Go. Oh, I got a little quiet there. Let's see here. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like really on top of my game, and I'm really, really good at like shading and highlighting water. While other times I'm like, no. And for anyone who's new to drawing and digital painting or anything out there, like, please know that that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying that because I'm a professional, I'm saying it because I heard it from professionals who are like, you know what, you're not gonna be good when you start out. You have to fail a couple of like billion times, and then, you know, eventually you'll start to notice that like, hey, these waves, maybe the light should be on like this side and the shades could be on the other side. Of course I'm like not sure if I'm like, you know, ready for that kind of commitment. But then, you know, you have the dark stuff and you have the light stuff and other stuff as well. If you're still watching, I know that I started this stream late, but there's actually no one here, which is fine, but I might just still quit this stream at 12 o'clock and try and wrangle that GeForce update that was hindering my update, or hindering my stream from starting when it was supposed to start. I might still try and do that while I'm like, you know, doing other stuff. I will get back to this one afterwards though and continue it. See if I can, like, you know, do the wallpaper one. The wallpaper ones are the Isphairs in their avatar forms when they're being like consciously summoned by an Ispharian, which is kind of like a summoner if you played Final Fantasy or any kind of game really, like where you have like, you know, people who kind of like they packed up with these spirits in order to make themselves stronger and use the power of the spirit. Isphairs do that. They do it because they kind of like use it as a promo thing, because then people see them doing miracles and helping out, and then they get like, you know, people like him. So I will be doing Manosis, and I will show off some of the other designs for the other Isphairs when they're in avatar form, and you'll probably notice that they're not usually like, you know, what they actually look like in their Isphare form or like in their actual form. They'll actually be like more like oh, this is really worn gray undercolor that I chose for water. Oh man, I need to like fix that, but I'm gonna do a little sippy, talking a lot. I will be honestly very embarrassed. Oh no. Is my internet bad? Let's check. No, my stream seems to be fine. Are you fine? Yeah, you seem to be fine. Okay. What was I saying before? Oh yeah, I'll show off what the other spheres look like in their avatar forms. I'll also quickly show the other sanctuaries that I've done so far. Oh yeah, I was talking about the color being like a horrendous color, because it is. This is a horrendous blue. What was I thinking? Let's see here. Yeah, and then I'm gonna use this one because it's just easier. See here. We can have a little bit stronger. We can have like a little bit of a outline. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, so yeah, I've been borrowing a lot from, if anybody wants to know where I borrowed or got inspired from, mostly inspired. I sort of like, I saw stuff that I liked in games and I was like, oh, this is really cool, but you know what, I kind of would like it better if it was like this. So that's what I did for a lot of my worlds up through the years. Like, I read books and I was like, oh, that's cool, and then I'd like daydream, and after a while it just be nothing like the actual book itself, and it's just became like its own original piece, which, I was young, so it was probably wasn't that original, in hindsight. Let's see here. Okay. But it's for fun. You're a kid, so I didn't think too much of it. Okay, so I'm going to do this time. I'm going to do be conscious that I'm putting, like, noticing where the waves are going. Like, okay, so this is a dip in the wave, so I'm putting the shade and the dip in the wave, and I'm also putting some shade like underneath Ginn here, because Ginn is also throwing some shade just by being in the water, disrupting the water sort of. Let's see here, there's another dip. It's a big dip over here. Let's see here. Let's see. I really should, like, I feel like I shouldn't have like unlisted this one, but I don't know. It just happens sometimes. Sometimes you do unlisted streams and you just sit there by yourself. But also I'm doing it really early in the morning my time, so I didn't really think that a lot of people would like notice this sort of thing. And in America, everyone's asleep by now. They should be asleep by now. If they're not asleep by now, they should be. It's very late over there right now, at least on the California side, I believe. Okay, so here is just a lot of it's the thing is that like there's a wall here too, because this is like, this is where the bottom of the thing is. I'm just gonna put it a little bit over there. There we go. And then we're gonna lighten this up. Okay, not use that one. Let's do this part down here is kind of like tricky anyway, so I say probably like making excuses, making so many excuses here. Oh my gosh, I hear some mad bass. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm sorry if that's being picked up. Sometimes my neighbors or people are just out in the street, they really like their bass. They are all about that bass. And they kind of just like forget that there are other people who might be doing, like sound sensitive stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, here you see that I'm now coloring, highlighting in the top of that wave. So now it looks more like, it's kind of like a crest almost, except like it's just the top of the wave. And it's just like following the top here. And it's kind of just like just going with the flow, really. And it's very like, you know, almost dipping into the shadow part because that's, you know, that's where it's going. It's going into the shadow part because, you know, it's the shadow part is like on the other side of the wave. And that was not working at all, so we're gonna do that again. Don't be afraid to erase or Control C. You don't have to stick with everything that you do. If you think something looks weird, go ahead, remove it, get it out of your life. I've redesigned a lot of stuff, of my own personal stuff from my childhood, because I thought that like, oh, this is like the best thing in the world, I never want to change it. And as I got older, I was like, you know what, this is just, this is not just, it's not cutting it. And not just for showing it to other people, like, you know, being embarrassed to show it to people because it's very childish, and very like, strange, sort of, like, you know, like it had like a strange thought pattern to it. So I was like, you know what, this is not what I think like anymore, this is not what I subscribe to. So I have like redesigned, like for example, Manos used to be like a huge goat, like a dragon goat. I'm not even joking, he had like 4 horns and he looked like a dragon, but he was a goat. So I've like they've changed a lot over the time. Like random little dip here, be like, oh yeah. Let's see here, but yeah, and also Manos used to be one of the Isspheres that had like a ton of little goat babies hanging around in like his mountain. He used to like live on a mountain. There still is like a Manos mountain on the Shadeen map, like kind of like counting to that, or like I wouldn't say homaging to that because it's my own stuff, so that would be really freaking weird. But it's sort of like kind of like, you know, for people who knew me back then who were like, oh yeah, I remember when, you know, Manos used to be a goat. But then I could be like, ah yeah, oh yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it? Oh no. So I mean, there are still some things. Seagull is still on top of a frozen tower. I can't wait to do that one. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I might sketch out some of these before they even like come up and get chosen by the polls, because some just get chosen more than the other guys or the other spheres. So far we've had Nananli, light, Luminous, fire. If that name doesn't like, you know, explain to you what exactly Luminous is about, then I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I am really like, you know, slow when it comes to picking up on like, oh yeah, it's a reference to this, and I'm like, what? I had no idea. So sometimes I need simple things explained to me. But I'm getting off track. So we have Luminous, and then we have had Nonali, which is light, and then we have Manos, which is earth. We've had Bonsno, which is darkness. I don't exactly know if I don't think we've had anyone else so far. We still have Irithma, air, and Cool, which is water. Cool also used to have like a very like old or ancient like prehistoric sea creature thing, like a gigantic like seal with the horns and stuff. Everybody says Lugia when they saw her, but she was never Lugia. She was never inspired by Lugia. She was inspired by seal or something. So like I always like find it very funny when people are like, oh, it's Lugia, and I'm like, no, if you put them side by side, you know, what are you gonna say then? You're gonna feel a little silly, aren't you? I'm gonna make a little extra shades here, because this is just kind of sinking into each other. There we go. I'm just gonna cover up that one. Whoopsie doopsie. Let's see here. And then, let's see here. We have Keecher, who's had a lot of changes up through the years. Like a lot of them. Look at that! That almost looks like water. Not water I would drink or bathe in, but hey, it sure is water. Now we're gonna do a little trick here that is called a trick. And I'm going to do some green underneath here. And then, let's see here. There we go. Green, 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 green. And then I'm gonna go back to this thing and then go like this and then go like that. And then I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna go no, that way's way too dark. Way too dark, buddy. And then I'm gonna go like this. But then we're also gonna go like this, so that you see that there's like water around, but you can still tell that there's like something under the water, which is the character. There we go. So like there's like a little feeling for that. I'm just gonna close the gap there. Maybe even like make it a little bit darker. Well, not too dark. Let's see here. Yeah, but like do this stuff. That kind of dark is what I meant. There we go, and then we can go back to this. Let's see there, and there we go. And that's that. For at least for now, I should turn off. Oh, I don't want to turn off though. I'm having so much fun. A little bit of a buffering in my stream window, I see. Oh well. Let's see here. I guess I could eat my kiwi. Walk the dog a little bit. Has not been walked since 8 o'clock, and it's now noon, so it's a good time. I mean, she's not like crying about it, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will be back again at 5 p.m. GMT +1. Just imagine London time and then plus an hour on. That's me. And I hope to see you then. It would be fun. And thank you so much for watching. See you around. Bye bye!